Welcome in to the Fun Astrology Podcast for Thursday, November 2nd. Thomas Miller in here. And did I mention recently that I'm narrating the Book of the Moon for Steve Forrest? Aren't you glad? It's a big, thick book, so it's taking a little bit of time, especially since there are several other things going on in life right now. And one of those is about the moon. Had somebody leave a comment on YouTube yesterday about the moon being out of bounds. There's a big section in Steve's book about the out of bounds moon. It's toward the beginning, so you don't have to wait too long to get to it. What is the out of bounds moon? Well, basically it's when the declination exceeds 23 degrees, 28 minutes, either north or south. Then the moon is, or any planet, is considered out of bounds. The reason it's 23 degrees, 28 minutes is that those are the outer parameters of the sun. That's how high and low it can go in the sky. Well, anything past that, a planet is considered out of bounds. And right now, the moon is significantly out of bounds. 28 degrees, 4 minutes north. Now, one other thing that you can throw in here, and this is not in the Honeycomb Collective, the declinations are to a degree. The software programs have this, but you also can look at the speed of travel. Right now, the moon is traveling at about 12 degrees per day. Its upper range is 14.8 and its lower is 11.6. I know this is a lot of numbers, but you get the idea. The moon is not moving overly fast right now, but if you have a moon that is traveling fast and is out of bounds, whoa, that's where you really get a wallop. But another wallop can come from this position of the moon because its outer limit is only 29 degrees. We're almost there. It peaked at 17 minutes. Now it's at 4 minutes, but it peaked this morning between about 2 and 3 a.m. Now it's moving down. But our listener said that she has an out-of-bounds moon and was really feeling the chaos, having a hard time focusing. Those are a lot of characteristics of the moon being out of bounds. Yesterday was definitely a day I know people were feeling it. The inbox was full and people were asking for help. It was almost like full moon energy all over again. And yes, if you have an out of bounds moon in your natal chart, you would be feeling it more. And it is hard when you feel like you are facing a headwind and yet you have to sail. It is difficult. I get it. If you have to get up and go to work, you have a certain set of coping skills that will get you through the day. If you're able, you can take a down day. You're just expecting to get less done, and that's okay. But if there are kids and bosses and deadlines, etc., then you have to develop those specific coping skills that work for you, the way you're made, the way your chart is structured, where your energies are. You have to develop things that will work to get you through. And, of course, you have to factor in the couple of curveballs that are inevitable. Now, even though we don't have any exact aspects today, I am going to keep mentioning these parallels now. I've got them on my radar. I use them in the market stuff, but I hadn't been using them here. But let me just throw a couple of others down because I think this fits the energy of the last 48 hours. First of all, we have Jupiter and Saturn in an applying parallel, so that means basically think of it as a conjunction. So if you're feeling Saturnian stuff right now, it is being magnified. It's being exaggerated. And that could be anything from delays to just a good old Saturnian knock in the head to something that came up in a reading the other day about slowing down just so you can catch the details. Build the foundation well and don't be in a hurry to do so. The other parallel that is applying today are the octaves, Mercury and Uranus. So again, almost like a conjunction between those two. So you have the trickster and the surpriser. You have the higher octave Uranus of Mercury, the lower octave. You could think of the third house and the ninth house. You could also think about the monkey mind, represented by Mercury to me, and escaping the monkey mind into the realm of the unconscious, the subconscious mind. And many of you have found this podcast, but I have another podcast. I have two other podcasts. The one that's kind of the legacy is Subconscious Mind Mastery. Well, this is one of those aspects where you could use that polarity to explore some things between the conscious and unconscious mind. We actually have one more. I wasn't going to mention it, but why not? Because it fits this. The other parallel today that is applying is between Venus and Neptune. And even though Venus is paddling its little way as fast as it can out of Virgo, trying to get itself home to Libra, it is hitting Neptune today in this parallel aspect. There's even more emphasis on the unconscious, Neptune. And these parallels are typically show up as positive conjunction-like aspects. So as we pull the hood back and take a look a little deeper today, we do have several things that even though there's nothing direct, there certainly are some things under the covers that are contributing to the way that if you're feeling this, that's why. The moon being out of bounds, certainly Jupiter-Saturn, certainly Mercury-Uranus, and I like Venus-Neptune. I'll take that all day long. If you're on your highest timeline. If not, those shadowy sides of Neptune could be a right bit unpleasant. But one thing we do have on our side today, and we'll take it, is Luna is at home in Cancer. So even though it might be a little cray-cray, at least you should be able to tap into a little bit of inspiration to make your way through it. We also have those 4 quincunxes still in the chart today. We mentioned those yesterday. Have a great day. I cannot believe this has been a busy week, but it's almost a gone week. TGI Friday tomorrow. I'll see you back. Have a wonderful day. Sending you all kinds of love, 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 love.